Hi, everybody. Happy Women's Wednesday. I'm not used to saying that.
I
Women's
know.
Wednesday. Welcome to our live. We're so glad to have you here. We figured we'd mix it up a little bit instead of doing Wellness Wednesday or Marketing Monday. We're doing Women's Wednesday because guess what? It is Women's History Month. Yay! Let's hear for the women. Let's hear for the ladies. So just excited that it's Women's History Month. It's just so many. I've gone to so many women's events this month. I wish it was like that a little bit more often, but it was still really good. I am Deborah Dixon-Anderson from Light of Gold PR and Gold Wellness Circle, and I'm excited to have you on our call today. And I have as our guest our wonderful event partner, Athenia Rodney.
Hello, everyone. And I'm Athenia Rodney, CEO and founder of Juneteenth NYC and Emoji Events. And I'm excited to be here again with you on
Yes.
a Wednesday this time. So, like you said, we used
Yeah.
to Monday, and I'm like, what's today? Hump day, hump day, hump day.
It's hump day. It's hump day. It is. It is. It's hump day. It's hump day. So both myself and Athenia really we curate all these fabulous events, which we've done in partnership, but we also curate some really great content on these lives as well. We've done them separately apart with other people hosting. It's just been really wonderful. So typically we would do Marketing Monday. I would host Marketing Monday. We'd have a marketing topic, or Wellness Wednesday, and we'd have a wellness related topic. And we usually do that every other week. Got a little off schedule this month because we've been super busy. But we like to curate some really good topics and content and information and share it with all of you. And so we're always looking for guests and anybody who wants to jump on as an expert. We're always looking for you. And then Athenia does these fantastic lunch and learn. So tell us about that, Athenia.
Sure. So every Thursday at 12 noon, we do lunch and learn. And that platform is really just to learn more about you. People, when we reach out and we're like, hey, you have a fantabulous business and we really want to learn fantabulous. I just made a whole word up,
I
fantabulous.
love that word. I love that word.
But yeah, you have a fantabulous business and we want to learn more about you, what you're doing, and we want to give people the opportunity to understand that it is possible to do business at any juncture of your life. You have people who have children, and actually our conversation tomorrow is going to be about a mom and her journey in her business and what she has been doing being a mom, a new mom. I definitely hope you can join, and it's on our YouTube page, and that's Juneteenth NYC.
Yes, awesome. So we have our topic is today is a little bit about maybe women-owned businesses with a tiny bit about minority women-owned businesses. I just want to kind of throw out some stats, so we'll talk a tiny bit about that, and then we'll go into the fabulous events the fantabulous events that we've been curating together and separately. So we'll share a little bit about that. So I want to just throw out these stats, and they might be a tiny bit dated, but not too much. There are more than 11.6 million firms in the US that are owned by women. Of this 11.6 million, 5.4 million firms in the US are owned by women of color. Between 2014 and 2019, the number of women owned businesses grew 3.9% annually. And on top of that, the number of minority owned women businesses grew by 7%. That has been a number I know is well beyond that because there are more and more women owned businesses, women owned minority women business enterprises really has grown over the past, I would say even the past 3 to 5 years exponentially. More recently, between 2018 and 2019, we know this is a little dated, all women-owned businesses grew by 5%, while women of color businesses grew by 10%. So we've come a long way, and this it's even more than that throughout the year, but we're not done yet. So we keep growing. So I just kind of wanted to dive into that a little bit with you, Athenia. Um,
Yeah.
it's
And that
amazing.
that in itself is great information, and just understanding, hearing that to me leads me to go into like what's the impact, what are the impact of
Yes,
minority businesses. I just finished talking about like being able to be, first of all, women are amazing. Like we shoulder the world when God
definitely.
made us and created us to be the helpmate. Didn't know that that meant that we would be the like the rock. Like we are the rock, the bed of the foundation. I know I saw it was like this comedy thing that had went out, and it was like with Michelle Obama, and she was talking about how she ran into an old boyfriend, and he was a restaurant owner, and she was like, oh, so Barack ends up saying, oh, I wonder what he would have been if you would have married him. You probably would have been. Barack says you probably would have been. Um, a restaurant owner, and she says no, he would have been the president of the United States. So basically stating that it was her that helped and assisted him to get there. And I totally agree. We're both married,
Yes,
and
yes,
understand the breadth of what it takes to be a wife, right?
yeah,
And the
definitely.
challenges and
Hmm.
balancing home life with your own entrepreneurial life. And so when you see a woman out in the world and she's doing her dang thing,
Yeah,
I always give them extra applause, because it's like, I know what, in order for you to be where you're at right now, I know what you had to give up in order to be in that space.
yeah,
So definitely salute to all the women, and
yeah.
especially salute to all the African American women who are
Yeah,
doing it.
absolutely. And what about the women who are holding it down with children too? That's you, Athena. Girl, 3 kids? Okay. All right. I mean, there's got to be an S on your chest and take off your cape, because it's a lot to juggle.
It
It's
is.
a lot to juggle. But you know what? I've seen you and other women do it so flawlessly. It's amazing. So kudos to you, you know.
And I always say, people are like, how do you do it? And I always say I have to give it up to, one, is about relationships. And two, it is also about relationships. Like at the end of the
Yeah,
day, it's
true.
about I'm able to build bonds and other relationships with other parents and other moms. We take turns. So
Hmm.
I don't have to, if we got 3 days a week that we have to do any take our kids to practice, I'm doing one, they're doing one, somebody else is doing another. So,
Yes.
being able to be in that space. And I feel like here, since I've moved to Georgia, it's been a lot easier. I feel like it was a lot harder when I was in New York. People are not as willing and
Mhm.
open. It's like I rather struggle by myself than allow somebody to help me. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm taking the bus. I'm going that way. I can drop you off. And they'd be like, no,
Right.
it's okay. And I'm like our pride. Like we got to get over
Yeah.
that. Like that pride
Pride.
will kill
Oh,
you.
the pride. The pride. Wow. That is so true. The pride. It's pretty incredible when you think
Mhm.
about it, because I think so many times we struggle so much more just because we don't want to let people know that we need you. We need something. We don't want to tell anybody, and that is definitely pride. And so all of us need something, or need some help at some point. And
Mhm.
9 times out of 10, people are willing to help us. And yes, you do have to be careful about what type of people or who you reach out to. That's true, because sometimes that can be, yeah, a little bit of a debacle if you reach out to the wrong person. But for the most part, people want to help, and they want to give you help, but so many of us don't want to share that part of us, probably because we've been burnt before, and we just don't want to let anybody. So then we just like close down altogether. We don't want anybody to help us,
To
because
help.
I tried back 20 years ago, and this is how it worked out for me. I'm like, if you haven't tried it yesterday, then maybe you need to try it again, because that was 20 years ago, at 10 or 5, whatever it is. If it didn't happen today or yesterday, then maybe you should try it again and
And you
see.
haven't tried, and I always say you haven't tried it with me. Like I'm
Right,
not everybody
exactly.
else. Like everyone
Exactly.
is gonna is everyone was put on this.
Absolutely.
Even twins were put on this world to do totally different things. So
Right.
we
Right.
cannot judge one person, judge entire
Absolutely.
grouping or culture. And I mean,
We should.
if we say it when it comes to African Americans, why aren't we? We're like, oh, I don't want to be grouped in with every Black person and what they do and how they
Yeah.
operate. So
Right.
why do we impose that same
Yeah.
thing here?
That's
Um,
very sad. It's a shame. Oh, Tony, I'm sorry, I didn't want to miss Tony's questions. Was which state, about the statistics. Unfortunately, I don't have that breakdown state by state for how many businesses. You mentioned that in Vegas is a lady that has a restaurant. I'm sure that they have, you know, business owners, women business owners, and women of color business owners in Vegas as well, and some other states. But that's a good thing for us to check on. We could check and get those stats, and maybe
yeah, just see
sometime.
how each
Curious.
of the states are kind of measuring up.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. I'm
I,
curious about that.
I
Hmm.
did wanted to tap in as we go into talking about our event that's going to be happening tomorrow, and just talking about networking. New York City is the biggest place for networkings and connections, aside from Atlanta and then Texas. So,
Yes,
and especially
yes,
for women of color, there's so many opportunities, support networks, organizations, other initiatives. There
yes.
are networking events that happen, which we're going to talk a little bit about.
Mhm.
There are business incubators that you can join and be a part of. There are advocacy groups that are really great for you to touch base in, and all
Yeah,
of those will help you to grow, and to learn how to build capacity for capital,
yes.
because again, we talking about stats. Like we're also the most disenfranchised group of individuals, because because we taking care of everybody. We
Yeah, taking care
so
of everybody, and
money is not going to
unfortunately,
business all the time.
yeah, and unfortunately, hate to throw it out there, but sexism and racism and biases and microaggressions are still alive and well.
Yeah,
It is happening. I mean, when you look at even the slice of the pie that women business owners can get, is a very small slice, and
it is.
and when we have to even discount our services or charge less just to get in the door for opportunities.
Yeah,
And it's just a lot that we navigate as women, and as business owners and women professionals, that it just makes it really, really difficult for us. So for me, it's just like what we're doing. Athenia is partnering. For me, it's the order of the day. It's like, let's go into our zone of genius and go ahead and partner and leverage our individual strengths and work together. So
yeah,
that's also been something that's a strategy and an important one to navigate.
very
Yeah.
much so.
Mhm.
So talk to us about the event that we have going on tomorrow.
Yes. So the event for tomorrow is our Gold Women's Business Connect Conference. I realized, Athenia, that this is year 12 hosting this event. We do this
Wow.
event every year, in honor of Women's History Month. And we just love doing this event because first of all, I'm a big community person. So bringing together a community of ladies, it's a lot of power in the room, a lot of resources. We get very chatty. We do some speed networking. The speakers are awesome. We have vendors. We just have a lot going on within. It's jam packed for those 4 hours. It's like always something to do and fun, so you won't really feel like you're exactly like at a work conference. You'll feel like it's just a really fun conference to be at. And then you'll leave there and walk away with some knowledge, some resources, some information, and some new partnerships, and maybe some new friends that you didn't come there with, but now when you leave, you now have that in your arsenal. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, and again, there go that a networking word again, right?
yeah,
Everywhere
network,
you go, at the end of the day, my pastor always say, if you want to go anywhere, go it together. Never go
yeah,
alone
go
because
together, go together.
you're not going to
Yeah,
get far. It's only but so much knowledge that you have the capacity to retain. When you connect with
absolutely.
other people, is when you're able to learn and grow more. Um,
Mhm.
and just to talk about, I went to the Women's Gold event, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, like right before the pandemic, I want to say.
Yes,
And
yeah,
it was held at the Brooklyn Chamber of Commerce.
it
And so it
was.
was a great way for me to just reconnect, to tap into, again, different networks or resources.
Hmm.
Shameless plug to the Brooklyn Chamber of Commerce. We were both members. Um,
Hmm.
and definitely, it's about how you utilize your connections, like how you show up in those spaces. um,
Hmm. Yes.
this is one of those. So tomorrow is one of those spaces. Show up,
So
come out,
yeah,
bring business cards.
yes.
um,
Or bring your QR code.
Right, I'll
And
say, or I was just about to say that, or your what they call it, your tap, your now we got all of these different things. I have
yes,
like
like
4 or 5.
tap. Everybody's tapping or QR coding or bumping their phones. It's a whole different time now. And then some of us still have cards. I have a little bit of both. On my card, I have QR codes. So, but you also got to have the QR code on your phone. It's,
Exactly.
just a whole new world. So we will be at the A Loft in Harlem, right at
Mhm.
124th Street and Frederick Douglass Boulevard from 11:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. And shout out to the Aloft Hotel. They've done such a great job
Yes.
partnering with us and helping us with this event. So we're really excited about being able to be in their space and not just network with the people who register, but some of the guests who will be coming, who are staying at the hotel, and they're excited that, wow, there's actually a business event here. What are the chances that I would be staying here this week or today and
There you
be
go.
able to attend? So that's going to be really, really good. So we have vendors, we have wonderful speakers, and the topics are phenomenal. So I just want to mention some of the topics that we have for tomorrow. So I usually love to cover anything about marketing or digital, but I always like to spin it a little bit with how do you prioritize your business and still take care of your health? So I always like to kind of bring it back to that because taking care of our health as women and putting us first. I've been hosting this event for 12 years, and the ladies who come back every year, they're like, oh yeah, I got to remember to always put my health appointments first, my mammograms. I always push that because I'm a breast cancer survivor, and it's a muscle
Yeah.
that we as women have to strengthen to put ourselves first. It's never an old topic. Self-care is never an old
No,
topic
not at all.
when it comes to us because we're hitting our stride, we're doing pretty good, and then something happens with our children, our parents, our
Put
spouses,
ourselves to the back
partners,
burner.
and then we fall back. So it's almost like a muscle that we always need to perfect, with the self care. So I always like to bring it back to that. We also have Carolyn Joseph, who's going to be talking about SEO and website assessment, and then website accessibility. Katani Branham Gray from the K District, she's going to be talking. This is a really important topic. Are you pricing yourself into poverty? Woo, that's a
Mhm.
topic
Yes,
right there. That's
that
a topic.
is.
Yes, so we're going to be talking about that. And I got to shout out Kiara Green, who is going to be my co host.
Tomorrow. Yeah,
Yay!
one of our advisory board members from
Some of
Juneteenth and
us
last week.
learned, right?
Yes, and our
Yeah, so
host.
I'm really excited to have her. And let me make sure I got all the speakers. I want to make sure I cover everybody. And Nikki Sunshine from Comedy in Harlem. She's going to
Yes.
be about perseverance in business. And
Oh,
boy, does she have a story to tell. And no doubt with a funny spin on it. That much I know is gonna be, she's gonna be really good.
So a little
So
comedy in the middle of the day.
a little bit of that, and then our phenomenal vendors that we're going to have. We have Money Man Business Solutions, Juan Pedroza, who we both work with. So I love Juan. So he's going to be there with the booth, and then we are going to have New York Life, and Francis is going to be coming there with the table. Aita from La Linga, her wonderful clothing brand is going to be there. And then we also have, let's see, we have Carolyn Joseph is going to have a booth as well. And she's from CJ Consulting. And I'm always leaving someone out. Who am I missing? Okay, so I got Carolyn. I also have the K District is one of our gift bag sponsors. So I want to make sure I shout them out as well. But I think I got everybody. I think I got all the vendors. So, vendors, we're going to have some attendees, wonderful attendees there. So come out. We're going to have some fun speed networking. So make sure you come just to participate in that, and some food. And so we're going to.
So what does speed networking look like? What is that?
Ooh, okay. I love to talk about the speed networking, because the speed networking, as an ambassador, when I was an ambassador for the Brooklyn Chamber, I was always their host for the morning speed networking events, and we got really, really fun and creative with it. And so basically, it's like musical chairs. Basically, you're with a group of people, 4 or 5 of you. You're gonna have 10 minutes, 2 minutes apiece. Go ahead and share about your business. Go around. There's going to be a timekeeper, and you got 10 minutes to do that. Sometimes there's an overarching topic that you might talk about, but then in another 10 minutes, you got to switch, and you're with a whole new group of people. And then you'll be, talking to those new people and introducing yourself, giving your 1 minute pitch, and everything that you should be doing when you go to a networking event. You're going to be doing that in the speed networking session. So it's always super fun,
I like
to do.
that. And I
Yeah,
remember now, because I remember doing that, and I got
yeah,
so many contacts, and I felt like the
yeah.
10 minutes wasn't enough time, so we definitely gave each other's number so that we could follow up
That's
after
it.
lunch.
That's
Because
it.
we were like, "Oh, this is a good conversation. We got to leave already." So we were like,
Yes, yes. Yeah,
um,
it's one of those things that starts the conversation, but then you need to continue with a meeting, a call. So be ready to do your follow up after the event, because so many people don't do that. And
mm,
networking is wonderful when you stay intentional with
yeah,
it. So many times it becomes like more of a social event. We meet each other, we forget to circle back. So it's really important that we stay connected once we meet people. And you could meet your next client, your next business partner. You never know who you're going to meet that's in the room when you come there. So, another resource for your business. So you want to stay intentional and focused while you're there. I can't forget to mention Shamari Green from Game Green Productions. He's like our third event partner on the ground, helping us really on the Harlem side. He's really been phenomenal. So he's out running around. I'm like, okay, Shamari, we need food. Let's get it. He's that person. He's been running around making sure we have everything in place for the event. And he's also helped a lot with our AV, and all of our audio visual, our speaking, our speakers, and our microphones and everything. So you just need to be there. Just come. We'll have it streamed partially, but we still want you to try to come if you could come. But for those of you who are around the country and you can't make it, you can hop on with us via live stream.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I'm super excited, and we just confirmed CBS News will also be there tomorrow. So
Yay!
people will get to interview with them and talk about their businesses there as well. So that's an added bonus So it
That's
definitely behooves you to get your tickets to be there present in person, because those
yes.
who are virtual will not be getting that opportunity.
No, you're not
So
getting that opportunity. Absolutely. That's right. That's right. So you need to be in the room,
mhm.
to participate. So you definitely want to be there. And it's half a day. Trust me, it's a write-off. You can come. The price point, we've extended our promo code. It was $50, now it's $15 off. So you can still use early winners 15 to be able to come to the event, and you get $15 off, which is a pretty good savings. It's like about 15, a third of the price almost off. So you should definitely take advantage of that as well.
Yeah, and I mean, even if you're gonna have some food and beverages there, so even if you were just in Manhattan buying lunch, you would be spending about that, if not more, with
Oh yeah,
taxes and
easily,
tip. So
easily.
chalk it up to a extended lunch break,
Yeah,
and come out
absolutely.
and have a good network.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. So, the ALOF is going to be hosting some speed networking events for us as well. So we're partnering with them after
Oh, nice.
this
Yeah.
event. So we have that coming up in April, the third Thursday in April, and the third Thursday in May, and that
Okay.
will be in the evening. And so we're super excited about that. If you just go to lightofgoldpr.com and our upcoming events page, you'll see it there. But yeah, let's dive into and talk a little bit about Juneteenth and what's coming up.
Oh my gosh, Juneteenth is rocking and rolling right now. So we have Friday, which is going to be our Black King celebration. We are looking for people who would like to nominate a Black King, and that is basically anybody who falls under the seven principles of Kwanzaa. So it could be faith, economics, community work, father figure, any of those things. Any Black person who you think needs to be highlighted, definitely go to our website, and that's juneteenthny.com, and nominate someone. So that's going to be on Friday, and that's going to be a black tie event. On Saturday, we are at Gershwin Park because we love our community. And we have been at Gershwin for now 12 years out of our 15. And we want to continue that momentum. We have over 5,000 people who come out to the event. We have a local showcase performance there. So if you dance, if you sing, if you tap, if you play an instrument, we want to see it. That is the place to be. We also have a lot of activities for the kids because it is our family day, where we want you to bring your children out to learn about Black history. That is going to be the day that you do that. We're going to have a plethora of amazing vendors, too many to name right now, but we have over 75 vendors that'll be there, and we'll have some community partners like Brooklyn Book Bodega, Brownsville, United for Brownsville, that'll be doing programming with WNET PBS Kids. So you might see a character or two that might come out. You never know. We always have some amazing things that's happening there. And then Sunday, we are at Prospect Park, where we are going to have a fashion show. First, we starting off with a parade. So join us for the parade if you are interested. Then we'll go into the park where we'll have our concert, and we have a dope fashion show. They were just talking about it yesterday, and I'm just so excited. I've had to tell them I would love to wear a nice outfit. I don't mind, you dressing me. So I'm losing some weight, y'all, too. So I'm looking forward to doing
Yes,
into
me
something.
too. Me
So
too.
we all on that same page. And then on Juneteenth Day, because we know it is a national holiday and New York City has given most of us off, we are asking you to join us live. We're going to be virtual. And we're going to be talking about health and wellness, because at the crux of everything, because of slavery in the Black community, we have been hurt the most in our health and wellness, our mental health and our physical health. We have been doing things to survive. And guess what? We no longer have to do that. So now we are in a space to take control of our lives. And this is the opportunity to learn about how to take control. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah, boy, that's going to be chock full of just some amazing activities.
Most definitely.
Amazing. And it's pretty much, it's a 3-day event, right?
Well, it's 3 days plus the fourth day, which is virtual. So for you to be at home
Okay,
and
so
kind of
4
relaxing
Mm-hmm.
and doing your
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, that's amazing because I remember attending, and gosh, that was 2018 or 2019. It was like one day
It
back
was just
then.
one
And
day. It was just
that's
one day.
crazy. It's amazing. So it's just exciting, all the growth. And so there's a lot to do. So anybody interested, definitely hit up Juneteenth NY. Is it NYC? I always leave something
NY.
off.
No, JuneTeenthNY.com is the
Yeah,
website.
yeah, it's the website. So yeah,
Mhm.
so there's a lot going on. So
Most
this
definitely.
was great.
It
Thank
was.
you so much,
Have
Athenia.
you
This
on
is fun.
again. And look
Yes,
forward to coming back on again and
yes, absolutely,
for sure.
absolutely. You have an open invitation.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So thanks everybody for tuning in. This is Women's Wednesday. I don't know how we're going to make this a regular a regular feature. But this is great. And so please join us tomorrow for our Gold Women's Business Conference. Check both of our websites, whether it's lightofgoldpr.com or juneteenthny.com. Just check there and you'll see everything that we have going on. And we hopefully will be back on within the next 2 weeks because we
Indeed.
alternate. So everybody have a wonderful day, a wonderful Wednesday.
Yes. Enjoy your
Wonderful
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yeah. Have a wonderful women. Oh, a wonderful women's Wednesday. WWW.
That's right. I love that. I love that. Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.